in general, the understanding of this Manomaya Kosha, the description is it is spread like a human shape, where it is in the same shape as the physical body. So why there is no intelligence or thinking or mind all over the body? I don't feel that. Only it is focused only on the head. Though the general description of Manomaya Kosha is all over the body.
Okay, yeah, again, same thing. Because your focal point has been here. That's why. That's why it's felt here. Because that's where the focus has been. This is what you're taught since a child. Everything is mind, everything is intellect, everything is, So that's where your attention has been. Now if you're doing meditation, like if you go to a course of Vipassana course, for example, they tell you to focus on the tip of your nose, then you're focusing on different parts of the body, and as your focus is shifted to there, and the attention gets drawn within there, then you're going to start feeling things arising from there, okay? Everybody has cellular memory as well, okay? And as you're working and as you're doing the practices on this path, these things are going to start releasing and unlocking, and you may feel different things in different parts of the bodies, okay? Also, these things will come up. Emotions will start coming up. And when this type of thing happens, when these emotions start coming up, then it's not to run away from the emotions or to deny it, but one can sit with that emotion and feel it 100%. But the point is, don't gravitate to the storyline that wants to collect with it, okay? Feel the full, pure emotion of it. Find out you can go through this emotion, okay, but don't attach to the storyline that wants to drive it, okay? So if you learn to sit, enter stillness, put the attention somewhere other than up here, you're going to find that in fact it's true what is said, okay? It'll come. It'll come. This is why you're given specific practices here. The contemplation of self, which you haven't gotten yet, because I want you first to get into the balanced breath, because we keep coming back to this. And the reason that we give this, and I want to make sure that you're able to do the balanced breath first, and the other practices, is these are the foundational practices you come back to. When this stuff starts emerging, which it will, then you go back to the balanced breath. So you don't tense up as this stuff is arising. Okay, so you can sit and witness and watch it without getting drawn into the drama of it. Because instead of chasing the mind drama of what's coming up, you're going to do what?
Balanced breath.
The balanced breath. This is why you're also given a mantra. When you get the contemplation of self, you get a mantra. You go back to that mantra. So your focus is not on the storyline that rises with the rest of this. The focus is on just allowing that pure emotion to be there, and there's a doorway through it to stillness. If you don't run from it, you'll find that you can navigate it. I don't care what the emotion is, whether it's tagged anger, whether it's tagged whatever it is. Another thing that's given here is not to name the emotion. Don't name it anger. Just see it as a changing energy and sit with it. Again, if you want to label it anger, you want to label it something else, then you're going to be more inclined to be drawn into the story surrounding it. We want to get away from the story. It's not about chasing the story, promoting the story. Well, if only it shouldn't. Why me? All this other drama that rises up with it. Okay, we're not going to go there anymore. We're going to feel the pure emotion of it and then go through the center of it. And there is a doorway through to stillness on the other side. If we don't run from it, if we don't try to mask it, if we don't try to cover it up, there is a way through it. Okay. Was there another question? That's it. Does anyone else have any questions? good.
I have a question.
Yes.
When you follow this path, is the conflicts around you, like children, wife, bickering and all that, all those will drop away, or that's what I'm struggling with?
All of those conflicts become part of the path
Okay.
as well. And yes, as one starts to do the path and you get centering within yourself, then many of these conflicts will fall away. There will be no longer any conflict with it. Okay. But part of the path is doing also karma yoga, bhakti yoga. This also has to do with family, seva. You can also do this in the midst of family life. So it's a change first of attitude. And then with the practices, one starts to balance out. And then there's not the big reactionary patterns that are happening in place. The knee-jerk reactions start to fall away. And when the knee-jerk reactions start to fall away and you see that other people's drama is their drama, and you don't need to buy into their drama, okay, then things also begin to smooth out, okay? It's much more manageable. Okay. And when one goes then finally drops into full realization and everything falls away, there's no more mind generating drama, you'll find out that it's just flow. And the family that was so difficult to be around, it now becomes a joy. Okay? Because the drama with them is at an end. Okay? One doesn't need to be drawn into the drama of it. So people fear that they're going to lose these connections, but actually when you're not any longer needing to control every action of the family, then it becomes much more relaxed. Okay, it becomes much more relaxed when you don't need to try to cling to it or afraid something's going to change or trying to control it. It becomes much more relaxed.
I feel a conflict when my wife is putting guilt or something like that on my children. I feel, oh, she's doing something which is not supposed to, so I want to jump in, and it becomes a big clash. And if I stay back, she's dumping guilt onto the child. So that's where the struggle comes.
Well, as you begin to change in your own way, in your own reactions and all of this, actually what happens is the rest of the family begins to notice that, and their interactions begin to change as well many times. Okay. So it's a process of learning and allowing things to adjust, and yeah. So namaste.